everyone, Hefe here. Today we're going to have a brewery spotlight featuring Founders Brewing in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This beer's for you. When I first got into the world of beer, Founders Brewing was definitely one of the first breweries that I had ever heard of. It didn't take me long to realize that there was a good reason for that. These guys have been around for a while, and they've got a pretty big name in the game. But like any brewery, it started off with small beginnings. This one just so happened to be just 23 years ago. They got into the game right before the huge barrel age movement, which they had a big hand in. They had their first batch brewed in 1997 in a small spot in Grand Rapids, Michigan. At the time of them opening up, there were just under 1,400 craft breweries in the country. A few years and a few beers go by, and they come out with Dirty Bastard. This was their first footing getting onto the market. They had tried making beers that everybody would enjoy, but they weren't getting any success. So instead of trying to brew beers for the masses, their goal was to use the brew for us philosophy. That meant that they were looking for more complex, flavorful, huge aromatics, and big body in all the beers that they made. The year that they came out with Dirty Bastard in 2002 was also the same year that they debuted their baby, KBS, on draft. I couldn't imagine being a part of the beer scene back in those days. It was new, it was exciting, and it was something that no one else was really doing. The barrel age movement had barely gotten off the ground, and these guys became a contender overnight. A year later, they put KBS in bottles. They were at the forefront of the barrel age movement, and at this point there were just over 1,400 breweries. In 2004, KBS was being rated the second best barrel aged beer in the world. Keep in mind, at this point there were only 13 people working for Founders. A few years later in 2007, they got a bigger facility and were starting to distribute to the Southeast Coast. If anyone doesn't know, the Southeast Coast, North Carolina region, is huge in craft beer. And it wasn't long after that, 2010, they were rated the #4 best brewery in the world by ratebeer.com. And in 2017, they celebrated with their 20th anniversary of being open. 20 years they've been making craft beer with the brew for us philosophy, and it's worked out so much better for them. Once they got it out of their head that they were trying to appease the masses and make everyone else happy and start making beer for them, that's when they started showing their true potential. 20 years down the road, they're still making beers for everybody. A few beers people drink every day, like the All Day IPA or the Solid Gold Lager. And even now in 2020, it is still rated one of the top breweries in the world. They opened up a tap room in Detroit, and they are a solid foundation with roots in Michigan. Now I'd like to introduce the next segment in my show. I'm going to give you a running list of the beers from Founders that I've had personally. Anything I'm going to mention, you can go out to the store and buy today. I call it beer, 5 words or less. Easy breezy beautiful patio pounder, solid lager, middle of the road hoppy, sweet hoppy juicy goodness, malty kick in the mouth. Surprisingly, it's a porter. Coffee and beer made baby. Raspberries never tasted so good. Bitter, not my thing. Sweet floral pop and smooth. Boozy sweetness. I mean, why? Salty watermelon? Yes, please. One of the best, son. That wraps it up for today's Brewery Spotlight featuring Founders. I cannot express properly how much I love Founders in general. A lot of the beers that they've made have really broadened my palate. And I believe I've said more than enough to get you to go out there and buy some of their beers right now. And if you liked what you saw today, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see the next video that comes out. Until next time, this beer's for me.